case of Roger Jansen, who will start from pole position for this one. He's been scouring around the local tyre dealerships overnight trying to fix one of his tyres, so he didn't have to go rear of field.
They're not making new ones? Or?
I didn't know tyre shops were open this late last night here in Benalla. Jansen from Mark Lauke, the South Aussie, the Lauke Flour Mill sponsored car. Aaron Steer and Jason Macris in the West entries.
He's got the right name, Aaron Steer, for a driver, hasn't he?
Yes, we go back to Mark Short and John Paul Drake in the next to the West cars, down to Philip Hughes and Peter Mackey. Over the page to Gerard Ruff, Adam Cranston and Josh Cranston taking rear of the grid penalties for discretions in race number 1 of the day. So 400 kilos and virtually motorcycles with 4 wheels around here. They've been a lot of fun this weekend, but plagued unfortunately by a lot of red flags and safety car periods this morning. We're going to be too far away from the start. There's 10 laps around this 3-kilometre Winton Motor Raceway. Green flag at the back, 5 seconds. And once again, like we've seen all weekend, turn 1 is where all the action will happen.
Oh, we've got a stall car. Yep, yellow's waving. That was our pole setter.
It was, and he's going to have to do it from the back. I'm sure that wasn't deliberate.
No, let's see how good he is.
So it's Jansen who will drop to the back of the field and hands it to Lauke now. The South Aussie will lead us. And now these cars at the back here, these are the Formula 1000 cars that will take to the back much faster than what we see at the front. These are being developed out of the Van Diemen factory in the UK. It's the great Ralph Furman who was involved in that for a long, long time. There's a couple rounding up the grid here, and there's our pole man going absolutely
he went to go,
nowhere.
stalled the engine. He's firing, grabs a gear.
Lucky.
Looks like a clutch problem more than anything, the way it eventually got off the line. Very jerky.
What would describe it's like for race cars doing a clutch start? It's not like your road car, you can just ease off. You've really got to bring the revs up and just dump it effectively, don't you?
Yeah, well, you try not to dump it. You sort of want to keep the revs up and use the slip of the clutch to modulate your wheel spin, but looks like that one was a bit like a light switch. You had nothing there.
Well, we'll spice things up as our leader, Lauke, went a bit wide down there. Steer in second place. Macris back to Short and Drake back in 5th position. This will be a good battle. Hopefully, we'll go all race long.
So Lauke's sort of bowling a wide at every corner. He's not quite clipping the apex. Allowing Steer to sort of creep up on the exit.
He's sort of opening the door and sort of teasing him a bit, isn't he?
Yeah.
They sound good. That's what 13,000 revs sounds like into turn 1. Approaching speeds of about 220 k's an hour. Of course, the Lauke family, very well known in South Australia for their flour mill up there in the Barossa Valley. And Mark doing a great job here as he leads Aaron Steer around. We'll keep an eye on Jansen. He's up to 7th place now after going near back of the field. The Cranstons in the Formula 1000 cars are back in 11th and 12th place. And can you believe this? They're 2 minutes behind, but that will change. They're about 20 seconds off the pace at the moment. We'll keep an eye on them. So we get back to the battle between the 14 of Jansen coming through the field. Sometimes it's good, not so good if you're in the car, but for the fans at home to see the pole setter work from the back of the field.
Well, they do it a lot in Speedway, the fastest to the rear, and it puts on a good show for the fans. So Steer trying to have a look here. Lap times, sector times are very similar. Great battle developing.
Now Lauke responded then at the second sector. It was only 8/10. They come down, but it's visual. They come down to turn 11. We've added a bit of bitumen to some of the corners around here. You've noticed the differences this weekend?
Yeah, there's been a few track repairs. Some new surface go down, and you can feel it in the car. Like if you get the front wheels on it, it'll help you turn for sure. So a bit more grip in a few more areas.
You can hear the cars bottoming out through the turns, and I mentioned earlier they're very low to the ground. Now, Tone's couple through the paddock yesterday, past the Dunlop paddock, and hear the diffusers scraping along and taking a couple of millimetres off of them.
Yeah, and the big thing you notice, none of these guys are up on the curbs. So
that'd be fatal in one of these, wouldn't it?
You'd be upside down pretty quick, I reckon.
It's a good battle pack. Jansen's involved in this, so we've got a 5-car scrap. On lap 3 of 10, back to the leaders. To come through this long sweeping left, then a sharp right back up to the hairpin.
Now, this track is pretty famous for not being able to pass, so you can have a car that's probably a second lap quicker than the guy in front, and you've got to try and find a way past. So in touring car racing, we usually use the bumper. These guys don't have that luxury.
A lot of respect between them too. Look how low the rear wings, almost Indy 500 style wings on the back of the cars. Saw then Jansen was quicker out of the first 3 at the moment. but he's stuck in traffic here behind Short. That's the battle you're watching on screen now.
He's just rolled a 23.1, so that's sort of 0.6 quicker than Lauki's doing at the front. So the guy's coming for sure.
There's your order board at the bottom of the screen there. Lauki from Steer, Macris and Short, the top 4. Janssen into 5th place after being near back of the field. They start lap 4 and run down to turn 1. Janssen made a lot of margin up there, but now he seems to have found the faster guys here. He's having to work for the positions.
Definitely faster car, but trying to find a way around here is going to be tough.
It's on the back of Short. It's Macris ahead in this one. The West Company that got involved a few seasons ago, the likes of Tom Drewer, raced those cars the initial periods here in Australia.
Back to our leaders now.
He's right on the back of him now. The gap was 0.3 of a second at that last sector, but it's a lot more than that. As here comes Janssen, glued to the back of Short. It's a category you'd like to have a crack at?
Yeah, I would actually. Like, driving anything's good fun,
yeah.
and these guys are wheeling these things, you know, they're absolutely on the limit. Again, running a bit wide. He's got a weird line there. He's done that a few times, so that's probably Steer's best opportunity, is just to lob it down the inside there and let the guy make his own arrangements.
Catch him napping, you think?
Yeah. He's getting better under brakes.
So through turn 11 and 12, through to complete another lap. They're lapping in the 1:23 second range, so V8 supercar times around here.
Yeah, Lauki a bit loose off the turn there.
Still enough of a margin between himself and Steer as they hit the line, stretch the gap out by a couple of tenths of a second as we're halfway home in this one, the Australian Sports Racer Series. The second race of the weekend as part of our...
This section of the track here, Steer gains on him again, so up the hill. Oh, he's down the inside, he's got it done.
Didn't expect him to have a crack there, but he's got the job done.
He's got a beautiful run up the hill there, coming out of turn 2.
He continues on now in the lead. Wonder if he'll just pull away. He's been faster the past couple of laps.
Well, yeah, the thing to do here now, you get in front, you just got to pretend the mirrors aren't there, drive it out the front, try and make a break. Here's the move. Slides it up the inside.
Nicely done.
Yeah, takes the line away from him. Job done.
Lauki saw him coming too, gave enough racing room.
Yeah, well, he was beside him. He could have reached out and touched him, so he definitely knew he was there.
So there's that battle still with the Janssen trying to get through on Short and Macris. Battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th on lap 5 of 10 here. Plenty of racing still to come up today with the 2 V8 supercar races as part of the NP300 Navarra Winton Super Sprint, Dunlop Series race. We'll see Paul Morris alongside me in that one. Didn't qualify so well today, though, did you?
Oh, no, terrible, mate. I'm getting too old for it.
I'll say that. The start for a mid-pack for today's first race of 3.
Interesting. Lucky I got a spare bumper in the truck.
Did Lauki have a moment there? That car looked slower off turn 11.
Yeah, he sort of looked like he pinched a right front coming into that turn. And he's been having that sort of trend throughout the whole race. He's just been struggling to make the apex. It's been his Achilles heel.
Beautifully presented car. Very noticeable on camera. Here we go down into the bottom.
So he's gone around the outside.
He's had a crack, and it doesn't work too often down there. It's one line only.
So that's a big go to have around the outside there.
That was massive.
Yeah.
So it's dropped him right off. Now it's out to about nearly 3 seconds as we're on lap 6. And still the battle continues with the Janssen, Macris and Short. They really, you can tell now because we hear you guys describe a lot about how bumpy the track is and we can't see it, but these cars really show that, don't they?
Yeah, you can see them. Stiffly sprung, small sidewall on the tyre. See him bouncing around. It's quite a harsh ride inside a car like that as well. When
the yellow flag out there. One of the Cranstons has pulled off to the bottom of the screen there and on the 41,000
Janssen out to 3rd now on the timing board, so
they can't take you to the dirt there. You can see in the foreground of that shot. But watch this. This is one of the Crantons hitting the curves, and this is exactly what you described. Once you touch them, it's over.
He's on. It's like a Sky Electric car. The wheels are off the ground and can't turn.
And a long way out there. At least it's dry this year. He can creep his way out. Back to...
So he answers some clear traffic now. No one in front of him. Let's see what sort of lap times he can punch out.
Here comes that line. It's the fastest lap of the race straight out. You've kicked it.
Yeah.
22.21. And now lights the wick of car 14.
So rolls at 22.21, half a second quicker than anyone else. 4 laps to go.
But he's 5 seconds behind the leader, Aaron Steer. The man who runs the West Car operation here in Australia.
could get Lauke, I reckon.
Lap 7 of this one. Has Jansen got anything for us? I think time's on his side. He needs a couple of 22 laps though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's banging them in there. He's obviously bottled up in traffic, clear air now. Put his head down and see what he can rip off. Just pull out a couple of qualifying spec laps and see what he can do.
Yeah, it cost him a lot of time. It was at least 5 laps he was behind the third place car of Macris. As here is our leaders heading down a fairly lengthy back straight. And they run down to turn 11. So we'll be 3 to go at this time by. Again,
Lauke
goes wide.
yeah. And that's the answer on his tail there now, isn't it? In the 14. So this is the battle for second. Steers pulled away by 3. He's got the spinnaker up. He's heading for home. These boys are on here.
He's done a 21. He's gone 1 second quicker on that last lap, and that's why he's on the back of the Lauke Flour Mill sponsored car.
That's a huge lap time. To go a second quicker than anyone, he's going to just stick it up the inside here, I guarantee you. No?
Thought about it.
Thought about it.
Lauke fights on for another day here. There it is, the 122.6 for Steer, 123.2, and it's a 121.2 for Jansen. That's why if he can get past Lauke here, we could have a one-lap screamer on our hands. All over the back of Lauke.
The boys are putting, here he goes, down the inside. Oh, he's had to pull out of it.
So round the Gumtree section.
Yeah, you've got to be up alongside where the guy knows you're there.
How many cars over the years we've seen not get it right in that section of the circuit?
Way loose coming off that turn now.
So he's going to have a stab at either be down here or down at turn 11. Steer has still got a 4.4 second margin. Be 2 laps to go here in the Australian Sports Racer Series, the second race of the weekend. Long way back there, better under brakes.
Yeah, so obviously these cars rely on aero a bit, and probably something very similar to what happens in Formula 1 or IndyCar racing now. He's tucked up behind the car in front, losing fresh air off the front of the car and just not being able to pull the lap time he's doing. So there's a big chance to try and get a run up this hill coming out of turn 2.
Lauke's got him covered at the moment. This time he's closer. This time he's well and truly closer. Has to sit back behind Lauke here. If you want to get involved in this, you're looking around about $65,000 to $100,000 for a brand new car.
It's a good deal.
It is a good deal.
Economical to run these cars too, so the components in them aren't ridiculously expensive. A lot of respect between the drivers, not getting into each other, so and having a great time. Nice thing to do on the weekend.
Especially on the beautiful blue skies we've got here at Winton today.
Yeah, it costs that much to play golf, so you might as well go car racing.
Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Down to the right-hander and onto the back straight here, the old back straight.
Got a nice run here.
And Steer is checked out on this race, so I don't think...
Steer's checked out. I think Lauke's just... Unless he makes a mistake, I can't see Jansen getting past him. He's just got enough drive off the turn just to keep in front.
Here is the leader. 56 machine of Steer, based out of Adelaide these days with the West Company. The gap was 4 seconds last time by. Here's the second and third place cars of Lauke and Jansen back to Macris, Short and Stokel in 6th position. And the final lap now. The Australian Sports Racer Series cars down into turn 1.
It's now or never. The gap just looks too big.
You never say never, do you? But
no, it's going to take a mistake.
Yeah, it does.
It's going to take a mistake. He's on him now. And when you get that close, then you start getting pushed. So get to within a car length, the car in front, you start struggling for front grip.
You're uncomfortable to drive when they get like that, don't they? They're nervous.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. You work your way up behind the guy, then you end up doing... Oh, he's having a look down the inside.
I thought it was seriously gone then.
A bit of traffic here. This might help him. This could just bring this race alive.
I thought he was seriously gone back there, but we've got some lap traffic. It's one of the Formula 1000 cars ahead. Sticks to the racing line. Oh, you can see where this is going, don't you? Gets out the way on the Cranstons as we head down into turn 10.
Oh, he's in there. He's up beside him. If he can hang around the outside here, outbrake him, he's got it done.
Didn't see that one coming, so never say never. Meantime, Steer will be coming through to take the checkered flag, and here he is. It was a 4-second gap at the last lap, and he's going to win race 2 of the weekend, the Australian Sports Racer Series here at Winton Motor Raceway. And in the end, Janssen will get the second place job done. Well done to him.
So took the mistake by Lauke. He just got the right rear up on the curb on the exit 10, spun him up a bit, and he pounced.
4.2 seconds, the fastest lap of the race going to Janssen. That was on lap 7 of 1:21.24. With the South Aussie, Aaron Steer picks up the win in the West.
Good drive, happy with himself, pumping the fist.
It's a big stage from the play on, and that was a comprehensive win. Of course, the Janssen stalling at the start brings the back of the field. Here is the results of race number 2, and Aaron Steer, like we said, 4.2 seconds down the road to Roger Janssen. Mark Lauke is next, Jason Macris in 4th, back to short. Jonathan Stokel next, Glauco Saleri in 7th, back to John Paul Drake. Philip Hughes and Peter Mackey rounding out the top 10 in this one. Good luck to you today in the Dunlop Series, Paul.
Thanks, I'll need it.
And plenty of more racing still to come here today. The 2 touring car races later on, and the Dunlop Series still continues. The MP Navara.